I already started.
All right. Welcome to Monday Night News Live here on All Sports and Ustream. Here every Monday night at 4 p.m. We are a little late today because our guest couldn't make it at 4, but that is okay to us because we should still provide the interview. Um, I'm Clarky. I'm Clarky here as always on Monday Night News Live, and at this time I'd like to uh, introduce my guest. He played wide receiver for Delaware Valley last year, played as number 8, and this year he was offered a scholarship for track from UMass at Amherst, and it was reported just a couple of weeks ago that this man had taken the scholarship to UMass of Amherst for track, and that man is Cole Acoveno. So, Cole,
How's it going, everybody?
Cole, just tell a little bit about yourself to the people watching at home.
My name is Acoveno. I'm a three-sport athlete. I play football, obviously, and I actually do basketball in the winter, and then I participate in track and field, and I just love sports. Glad to be here.
Now, here at All Sports, we always uh, ask for questions. We always try to get answers. And our first question is, um, why was it that you decided to make make the transition to track
Hmm.
fully when you're going to UMass next year? And why do you think you made that transition?
Well, track and field, I really didn't get into it until my freshman year, and I actually just fell in love with it. I had a lot of early success my freshman year all the way up till this year, including, and the success is a hard part to turn down, and you don't want to really walk away from it. And it's a laid back sport, so I figured in college it'd be a little bit easier and less strenuous than football. And I certainly am gonna miss football, but and basketball, but track and field I was successful in, very successful. So I like to stick with what I'm good at.
Now, I think what you said was a great answer. I think that would be a very common answer, but it's very understandable. Um, our it's very good answer.
Hmm.
And my next question to you is, what inspiration do you have as a little kid? Uh, did you what inspirations did you have playing football, playing basketball, playing track? What players did you like
Mm.
that make you want to play that sport back in the day when you were a little kid?
Right. Well, I'll start off with football. I remember just coming to the games as a little kid, and I was just amazed. I thought they were superheroes, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to do football, but I never thought I could do it. And I remember seeing Billy Poor out there, quarterback, and he was just running around, zipping around the field, and I thought that'd be pretty cool to do that one day. So, I'm surprised I even played all the way through. And with basketball, I remember I was a kid, I was watching Brandon and Grotti knocking down three pointers, and I'd be all excited to watch Christmas tournaments and all those games. And track and field, I really, as soon as I got into it, I had a pretty good mentor in Eric Pizarro, our hurler. He kind of took me under his wing, but I had a lot of great coaches. And Coach Barberi, he introduced me to the jumps, and then Coach Qualia, he's done a great job, and Coach O's helped me out. A lot of support. So yeah.
And I have to say to your answer that that's a great way of showing your inspirations back in the day. Great way of showing how your teachers made you the person that you are today, but
Mm.
also the player you are today. And you know, my next question is, now you weren't all you weren't the only one who got recognized for their sport. Um, Obviously, Delaware Valley was a team last year who had a bunch of players who got contacted by colleges, D1, D2,
Mm.
and one was Connor Lutz. And
Mm.
Connor Lutz was tight end. He had, I believe, 7 touchdowns last year for the Warriors. Where do you think? Now he had a full scholarship at Delaware. Where do you think that he will play as an offensive tackle? And do you think he has a chance of being an NFL tackle 4 years down the road?
Well, that's a good question. You know, Connor's a pretty good athlete. He's a unique athlete. He's very big, but he's got quick feet and very good hands. So he could range from tight end to who knows, fullback. He could play obviously any line position. He's just a great athlete, and it's going to be interesting to follow him through his years. And I definitely think he could play in the NFL. You know, the sky's the limit for a kid like that. And he's, you know, and it's funny. We've grown up together. He's been pretty much like one of my best friends. And it's just cool to see us both, you know, go on to the collegiate level at such a high level, and it'll be fun to watch him and follow him. I'll be rooting for Delaware on Saturday afternoons, definitely.
Yeah, and last year I was watching Connor closely, and I looked at the way he played, and I thought he was a great player. I thought he was a big body tight end who could block like a machine
Mm.
and catch like an athletic tight end. Just look back at the Wallen Paul Pack game when Cohen threw that pass to
Oh
Lutz
yeah.
in the end zone before the half ended to get that touchdown in before going into the locker room. So I think that Connor Lutz will be a great prospect not only for Delaware but 4 years down the road he could be a at least mid to late round draft pick I think for the NFL if he keeps going and keeps striving.
No doubt.
Um, Now, on that note, it's, obviously we're 17 days away from the draft, and all sports will be covering the NFL draft. The 30th, it'll be live on Ustream. Where do you think um, Jameis Winston will go? Do you think he'll go one? And do you think uh, there will be a trade that goes on within the first 5 picks of the draft?
Um, I am a big fan of Jameis Winston. Actually, I think he's a competitor. I think he's a winner, and I think he's got a certain swagger that I don't see in most athletes. And he was a leader at Florida State as a freshman, which is just amazing. And I think he'll be number one, and that'll be to Tampa, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think he'll be number one pick. I think he's got a competitive edge. It'll be great for the NFL. You know, he's still young, so he's got some learning to do, but. And I think there'll be some trades within the top five, maybe. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good class, and I think I want to add one note. I think that Amari Cooper is going to be one of the best ever. Uh,
Yeah.
he is something else to watch. And as a wideout, I watched him, and I thought he was a machine. And I think that he's going to be a great professional because
Yeah.
he played like a professional already at Alabama.
Yeah. I think to answer uh, to answer that statement. I think Jameis Winston can very well be a very good quarterback. The man is a competitor and has a fire to him. Now,
Yeah.
I compare him to Andrew Luck. He may not be as good of a passer as Andrew Luck, but he's got the motion and leadership to be an Andrew Luck. I think his biggest problem, though, is his off the field troubles. I think if he could uh, get rid of his off the field troubles, I think the guy could be a top 5 pick, a franchise quarterback, and possibly even a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
No doubt.
Now, as of terms to will there be any trades in the top 5, I think number one's pretty safe to say it's Winston, but I think 2 to 5, the field is wide open. I think you could see Leonard Williams go second, or Dante Fowler go third, or even Amari Cooper, as you said, or Kevin White that
Yeah.
go fourth. Yep, yep. And I think, there could be even a trade just in the top 10 alone. And I think there will be because there's that good enough talent. There's great starter talent this year, especially, to be an NFL draft prospect, you know, like Mari Cooper, like Kevin White, but also like Vic Beasley, like Dante Feller Jr. That I think a lot of people know he's going to be top 5 pick, but I think a lot of people still are not talking about this guy's amazing athletic ability as a pass rusher.
I just forget his name. What was that running back from Wisconsin?
Elvin Gordon.